Yo, I don't think we should talk about this.
Come on, why not?
People might misunderstand what we're trying to say, you know? But that's a part of life.
Hi, my name's Mitch,
And my name's Diana.
and we are here today to talk to you about dental dams
Dental dams.
and HPV.
And HPV.
What do you guys know about the human papillomavirus?
Oh, I know that it's hard to identify if you have it or not. It can cause cancer, and the girl has to know that she has it. Just basically has to go get examined to find out if she has it or not.
Do you know
Pretty
that
crazy.
HPV is the most common STI?
Yeah, I did know that actually.
Wow, that's another one of those things where you may not know that you have it, and because
Right.
it's asymptomatic at the time, people will just pass it back and forth and back and forth and back and forth.
And it's very easy to pass back and forth because it's transmitted through skin-to-skin contact. And even condoms for penetrative sex aren't 100% effective in protecting you from HPV.
Really?
Right,
Well, 'cause
because of
it-
the skin-to-skin contact.
Yeah,
Oh.
it covers the peen part, but it may not
That's-
cover.
Yeah. How do you think HPV is transmitted into your throat?
Any type of oral sex where your mouth will come in contact. And that's the thing, like even if you were just doing stuff with like the tip of your mouth or like your lips, everything gets like moved back,
I
right?
was gonna
It's the
say, what
mucous
about like a
membrane.
straight guy? Like I'm not putting anything like back there.
But it would
like,
still
you know,
end
like-
up there.
Yeah.
Especially if like you're not sitting there being like
Well,
you're getting in there. I saw what you did with that. You know what you're doing. So like
So-
I imagine there's lots of movement. So like
Yeah.
everything's it's a mucous membrane, right?
It's getting
Things
back
are
there.
gonna get to the back of your throat if
Okay.
your mouth is on.
Yeah. So I mean, if a man is giving oral sex to a woman, it's one mucous membrane on another mucous
that's it.
membrane.
Yeah.
And so it gets
You're playing-
it gets passed
you're
really
playing chess
easily.
at that point.
Yeah. Okay, so HPV has been linked to cervical cancer, penile cancer, vulvar cancer, anal cancer, and oropharyngeal cancer. So basically, for the strains that lead to cancers in those areas, they're passed through skin-to-skin contact. So any type of sex, oral sex, penetrative sex can lead to those types of cancers.
That's a lot.
That's a dangerous business.
I knew about cervical, but I didn't know about some of the other ones.
So how do you get screened for HPV?
That is a good question.
I think I know. So I have a physical once a year, and I get swabbed. I get a cervical swab. Is that one of the ways?
That's one way to test for cervical cancer.
Yes.
So that's called a pap smear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How else can you? do
Yeah,
this?
they haven't been swabbing any of my areas when I go for a test.
Well,
This is not good.
So, since we're talking specifically about oral pharyngeal cancer today, for the cervix, you can do a pap smear and check for HPV-related cell changes, which can be precancerous. That can actually also be done in the anus. Unfortunately, for your oral pharynx, there is no screening test that can be done as of right now.
oh man.
So if you do contract HPV in that area, it is not detected, and most people go asymptomatic. If it will become cancer, typically the first sign is something like a tumor. So yeah, there's no screening for oral pharyngeal cancer.
Wow, that's really scary.
That's a little freaky.
Do you know what the oropharynx is?
The oral pharynx.
Like what area?
I'm guessing it's in something that covers this inside of here.
Well, your pharynx is your larynx is your voice box. Your pharynx is like near the larynx
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and is like more esophageally related.
Well, okay, so your pharynx is actually, you can think of it as the back of your throat.
Okay.
And so when we're talking about oropharyngeal cancer, we're talking about that space from about the roof of your mouth, where it hits the back of your throat, to right above where your voice box starts.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And forward?
Well, you can get HPV-related cancer also in your mouth, but the increase in cancer that we've been seeing has been specifically in the back of your throat.
Yeah.
So, have you heard about the increase in HPV-related oropharyngeal cancer?
No, but I feel like I'm about to.
So they did a study, and from 1984 to 2004, they found a 225% increase in the annual incidence of HPV-related oropharyngeal cancer.
Whoa,
Yeah.
225%.
Yes.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's huge.
And additionally, they estimated that by 2020, in 2 years, is when they'll see HPV-related oropharyngeal cancer surpass the annual incidence of cervical cancer.
Wow.
Oh.
They also found that it's affecting a younger generation, and it's more prevalent in men than women.
Wow.
And it's
In the
affecting
pharynx or just in general?
In
in
the
oropharynx.
Oh, in the oral pharynx?
Yeah, so this specific type of cancer is affecting men more than women.
Wow.
Crazy.
That
So,
sucks.
is this the only cause of that type of cancer there? Or is
So-
there other ways?
Yeah, you can get
Besides
you
sex.
can get cancer in your oropharynx and in your mouth and in your voice box from things like tobacco use, alcohol consumption.
Alcohol?
Yes. For about 50 years, throat cancer was attributed to tobacco use and alcohol consumption. But as they saw this type of cancer increase, HPV-related oropharyngeal cancer, they saw a 50% decrease in the types of cancer that were related to smoking and alcohol in this area.
So
So now they say about 70% of cancers in this area of your throat are attributed to HPV.
Wow. So this is a big way to reduce your risk, is what you're saying. This
Absolutely.
is
Yeah.
like huge. Hugely important. Hugely important. That's
Well-
crazy.
So it's not all doom and gloom. What can we do to protect ourselves?
We can put a dam in there.
Yes.
Spread the knowledge,
Protect
not the
our family.
HPV virus.
Exactly. And spread out these dental dams because they're super stretchy.
Send your spirit.